Graduation came and went. Then Thatcher, my father, the chairman, banished me to the bottom of the corporate ladder. It builds character, he claimed, waving a hand dismissively. Sharpen your steel. I whined on the surface. Internally? I was craving the independence. But the peace didn't last. Day 1. The whispers started before I even logged in. Heard Chairman Thatcher's daughter is in this intern batch. Ruthless, someone muttered near the water cooler. You'd think Daddy's little girl would start in a corner office, not the bullpen with us peasants. I was a bit surprised. Who leaked that? I scanned the room, paranoia spiking. But the gossip fizzled out as people returned to their screens. Until the conference room door swung open. A girl breezed in, fashionably late. Hi everyone. I'm Tiffany. A hush fell over the room. Tiffany. A guy in the front row whispered, eyes widening. Tiffany Thatcher? The chairman's daughter? The room erupted. Tiffany stood there, soaking it in. She was dripping in labels. Head to toe in designer brands. And on her wrist? A brand new Cartier Ballon Bleu. She looked every inch the heiress. Tiffany ducked her head, a practiced shy smile playing on her lips. She dodged the direct question masterfully. My father always taught me to keep a low profile, she said, voice soft. I'm just here to fulfill his wish. Start from the bottom, right? Classic old money, a girl next to me whispered, awestruck. That aura? You can't buy that. Tiffany, don't forget us little people when the internship ends. My jaw practically hit the floor. Excuse me? I'm an only child. Since when did Thatcher sprout a second daughter? The mix-up was logical, I guessed. I used my mother's maiden name as my surname. Tiffany shares the chairman's surname. And she was the only one in the batch who did. Now, she was the office celebrity. I watched her beam at the adoration. I didn't expose her. Not yet. The circus continued until the door slammed. Cody, our department manager, marched in. The noise died instantly. But something was off. I watched Cody's body language. He looked at Tiffany with a deference he didn't show anyone else. A slight nod. A softer gaze. Then he dropped the bomb. Tiffany is your new intern lead. She'll handle all communications from corporate. My blood boiled. This was a dictatorship. I stepped forward, voice steady. Respectfully, shouldn't we vote on that? Equal opportunity and all? Cody sneered, turning his glare on me. We don't have time for democracy. Tiffany has the strongest resume in the pile. She leads. End of discussion. Strongest resume? I almost laughed out loud. Because last night, Thatcher had looked me dead in the eye. Sutton, he'd said, voice full of pride. Out of this entire intake, your resume is the sharpest. You're going to set that place on fire. So when Cody stood there lying through his teeth about Tiffany's credentials, I didn't explode. I didn't flip the table. Just like I didn't expose Tiffany's fraudulent identity. Not yet. Some lies need to ferment. You have to let them get big and bloated before you pop them. That's when the mess is most satisfying. I wanted to see exactly what kind of game Tiffany was playing. But before I could even settle in to watch the show, she painted a target on my back. Thud. A stack of files, half as tall as me, slammed onto my desk. Dust motes danced in the aggressive wake. Tiffany stood over me, chin tilted up, radiating arrogance. Digitize all of this. Chronological order. I need it in my inbox before you clock in tomorrow. She spun on her heel to leave, then paused, tossing a glance over her shoulder. Oh, and grab me a coffee while you're at it. The command hung in the air. Absolute entitlement. My brain short-circuited for a second. Can't you brew it yourself? I shot back. Even Thatcher, the man who owns the building, has never had the privilege of drinking coffee brewed by me. It's just a favor, Sutton. Why are you being so petty? Becky stepped forward, crossing her arms. The loyal minion defending her queen. Exactly, someone else chimed in. Just a coffee. Hardly manual labor. Suddenly, the air shifted. I was the villain. The difficult one. I grabbed the empty mug from my desk and shoved it into Becky's hand. She fumbled, barely catching it against her blouse. Since it's such a small favor, I said, voice ice cold. Be my guest. If you want to serve, go serve. Becky's face went blotchy red. Sutton. What is your problem? It's day 1 and you're already starting drama? I didn't sign a contract to be a waitress, I snapped. You. Stop. Please. Tiffany jumped between us, eyes wide and glistening. The perfect martyr. This is all my fault. I shouldn't have asked Sutton. Please, guys, don't fight because of me. I'd feel terrible. She just stood there, looking aggrieved, as if she were the victim. I felt bile rise in my throat. I didn't care about the coffee. I cared about the tone. That specific frequency of superiority that made my skin crawl. Becky fanned her face, glaring at me. I don't know how you got hired with that attitude. Refusing a simple task? Major red flag. I'm here to work, I said. Not to kiss the ring. Tiffany clapped her hands, forcing a bright, plastic smile. Okay, how about this? Afternoon tea is on me. Everyone, please, let's just get back to work. She slinked over to me. Sutton, don't be mad at me, okay? Her voice was syrup thick. Sickening. I yanked my hand away like I'd touched a hot stove. I couldn't breathe in there. The air was too thick with perfume and bullshit. I stormed out and headed to the rooftop. But on my way back down, I froze in the stairwell. Voices. Hushed, frantic, intimate. I peered through the gap in the railing. It was Cody. And Tiffany. And they definitely weren't discussing quarterly projections.